Welcome back, everybody, back to another episode of Two Fat Guys in a Dream. Of course, I'm your host of the most, Truman Machine Steen, and really, as almost never, I'm joined here by nobody. Scott Steen is actually on a work trip. My father is out of town. He's in Baltimore, so I assume he's being healthy over there. He's having a good time. To his credit, he did try to make this work. This was almost out of a kind of necessity for me. Recording kind of late here on a Monday. I got to work tomorrow, and he would have been recording on his phone, and just for all simplicity's sakes, you guys don't need to hear all that. But today, I'm running the show a little solo. So today, we're going to just kind of provide updates. We're going to talk a little bit about the diet. I'm going to try not to ramble too much to myself. And for everybody who's still here after learning that Scott Steen won't be here, I do appreciate you for sticking around. I hope you won't get too sick of my voice. But otherwise, we're here to talk health. We're here to talk about, we're going to recap my week, Scott's week. I'll still give you the updates on how that's going. I'll kind of talk through kind of how I felt about the week, and we'll also, in tandem with that, talk about the raw food diet, talk about how that's going, talk about the failures and successes of that, and then we'll get you out of here, honestly, pretty early. It'll probably be a pretty quick 15, 20-minute episode. I say that now, and then I'm going to ramble for 30 minutes about something that Scott normally would cut me off at, and then it'll be a 45-minute episode anyways. And this intro, already probably longer than I would have liked it to be. So, again, I'm Truman Machine Steen, here on a solo episode. Let's get it rolling, guys. Let's talk about the personal health review. We can start off with my week. Man, I'm at 252.5, 0.4. Honestly, all these weeks kind of consecutively have been a little bit of a grind. Of course, the week before this one, we did, what did we, was it the DASH diet before this one? No, it was the dad diet. I had a good week on the dad diet, and then I kind of didn't do as well on that second week, so I kind of struggled a bit. And then that's I kind of have kept struggling, and that's been I guess my 2 weeks on the dad diet were pretty good. But man, this raw food diet has been tough, man. It's not, it's not impossible to do. It's not. Or sorry, we had the low fat diet. The low fat diet is really what I struggled on. And I'm feeling kind of the same issues here with this raw food diet. Again, we'll talk more about it here. But essentially, it's almost too restrictive. I just can't find the right combination of things. Again, we're going to put together everything. And next week, you should be revealing kind of the Two Fat Guys in a Dream diet, where we'll have a diet. We'll stick to a month of it. We'll try to lose as much weight as we can. Talk about what we learned and maybe talk about some adjustments. I'm going to make a diet that's very specific for me. We'll talk about what a diet plan looks like. We'll do all that next week. But, man, it's just every week I feel like I've been struggling to get back to my weight come weigh in. And I don't know, man. We were talking about it. I didn't feel like I had that bad of like a Saturday. And I gained like 8 pounds or something, like 7 to 8 pounds, which was crazy. Luckily, I was able to knock off like 4 of them on Sunday, but we come in this morning. I'm still like 256 this morning, which is just crazy. So, try and take off some of those. Hopefully, I'll be like 254, 255 tomorrow, and then hopefully by Wednesday, I'll be back around that 253 mark. And then it's kind of about willpower and saying no. We talk about this a lot. Sometimes it's harder to stick to a diet when somebody is, when you're kind of in a relationship. A lot of people gain weight, and that's, could be for a lot of reasons. But I think the biggest reason is trying to conform to somebody else's meal plans. It's a lot less likely that you eat a big meal, and then when your significant other, your girlfriend, your wife, your whoever be it, maybe you have children, it's a lot less likely that that person sticks around and like doesn't or when you go to eat a meal, you say, I already ate this morning, so I'm just not going to eat while you sit there and eat. That's you're going to conform to social norms and be like, you know what, I'll eat something, because you're going to eat something, let's eat something. So my girlfriend is actually out of town for these. She's out of town Monday through Wednesday, so I'm going to just eat something, or I'm going to eat at my own schedule. I'm going to eat raw food and hopefully stick to it. And that's, no blame on her, but it's just sometimes it's just a little hard when you're also eating with somebody else. And so we'll see how that goes. And maybe that's kind of what I need to help break through this plateau, finally get under that 250 mark, finally lose 30 pounds, as I've been at 29 or right around 29 here for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So hopefully we'll get past that, but we'll see. Scott had another good week. He lost almost a pound, 0.7 pounds. He's down to 297. And sorry, and for our audio listeners, I'm at 252.5. I've lost 0.4 pounds, which is about 0.5% of our goal. I'm at 35.58% of our goal overall. And yeah, I'm 29 pounds down total. Scott is at 297.7. He lost 0.7 pounds. He lost about half percentage of his goal, 0.53. His total percentage of his goal that he's lost now is 26.15. His total weight loss is at 34.6. So big for him to break through that plateau of getting under 300 pounds. But not only that, but he's stuck under 300 pounds. And I think that's huge also. So I really do appreciate him doing that. And it's one of those things where since he's not here, it's easier to probably heap praise on him. I'm really proud of the guy. And that's, I don't know. It's, it's just cool. It's really great to see him do it. I know, obviously I've known him for my entire life, and I know it's always been a struggle, and it's a struggle for me too. And in a lot of ways, people don't like to admit, but they're very similar to their parents. And, just because it's not cool or whatever to be the same as your parents. But my parents are pretty cool, so that helps. But, again, ranting on things that he normally cut me off on here. But, so I know he struggles with it. And I know this is important to him. And it's probably huge that he's under 300 pounds. And he's playing it down because that's what we do. We don't celebrate big. We don't go crazy until we're at the end. But it's a huge milestone to hit. And to stay under that, obviously it'll come down to how he does with this work trip. But hopefully he'll be able to also still stay under 300 pounds. I think, especially when you go on like a work trip for 3 or 4 days for like half your week, I think it's going to be hard, especially when he's doing a work trip like he is, where I think they're taking him out to dinner and showing him around the town a little bit and stuff, showing him headquarters. And so I think that'll be a struggle. But I think if he keeps it under 300 pounds, if he comes back episode 21 next week and he's under 300 pounds, I think that's absolutely a win. And if he's lost weight, I think that's, miraculous. I think that's incredible. So, especially with how good the seafood is out there, man. Woo, could go for a crab cake. Go for a really good crab cake. That'd be awesome. Little Old Bay. Absolutely. So yeah, just, again, it's so cool. It's awesome what he's doing. It's great. So, 297.7, huge. To still break through that barrier and then keep going, especially after a 5-pound week. A lot of times we expect that kind of bounce back. When he did 5 pounds you kind of like, nah, I doubt I'll keep losing 5 pounds. But he did it. So 0.7, almost another pound. Pretty great. So let's talk about the raw food diet, guys. It is not easy. It is hard. It is a struggle at times. It's restrictive. And restrictive diets can either, you'll really succeed when they're really restrictive, or you'll fail a lot because you don't feel like there's a way to really stick to the diet. So you just don't. And honestly, on a lot of these days, I eat raw food for probably 2 or 3 of my meals, but that third meal or whatever meal that I'm eating not raw food on, I just, those cravings hit so bad, and there's just no moderation. And so that's where I've been struggling. We talk about this a lot. I've struggled with discipline, especially over these last, gosh, man, it's frustrating. I've been in between 260 and 250 for the last 8 episodes. Man, that's hard to see. Last 8 or 9 episodes. And that's just, it's not where I want to be. I want to be under 250. And then once under 250, keep on chugging along. And again, this is where a lot of people quit and give up. I'm trying not to. I'm really trying to stick with it. And this raw food diet is not making it easy. I'm honestly excited to get off of it and get back onto a sustainable diet. I don't think a diet with you know, on the bright side, it should limit your carbs and stuff, but you can still have fruits. And fruit is a lot of, you know, again, there's a lot of good vitamins, and fruits are healthy, but fruits are one of those weird things where they're only healthy in moderation. And the vegetables are like healthy in any amount, right? So I just don't love that about fruits. So we'll see. It's just not great. But you can have as many fruits on this. And so, again, we talk about carbs. Carbs are the real enemy, and I'm still eating a lot of carbs. So, I don't know, man. But, yeah, that's kind of been my experience with the raw food diet. I've really been hammering the stuff that you probably technically couldn't hammer on the raw food diet, but that's been a staple. Milk, yogurt, peanut butter. That kind of stuff has been huge for me to get my protein. And, like, I make a shake, or I make a smoothie in the morning, and then I had a salad with Italian dressing today for lunch, but I also still had a protein shake to still helpfully try to kind of just fill me up a bit so I'm not just craving. Tomorrow I'll be working from home, and honestly, I wonder how that kind of struggle will go, but I think it'll be nice regardless. So it's not a realistic diet, and that's, you know, we talk about all this stuff. If it's sustainable if you could do it forever, and I can't do this forever. I don't think anybody could, especially if you're doing it the right way. This is a cleanse of sorts, and cleanses just aren't. I guess it works for some people because maybe you put away 2 weeks and you lose 15 pounds, and you go, cool, now I'm good. And then in another 3 months, you put back on those 15 pounds, so you do a cleanse again and you lose 15 pounds, and it maybe helps you sustain. For people that are already healthy, maybe you go on you had a really bad 3 weeks, and you go on a cleanse for a week or two, and you drop those 7 or 8 pounds that you felt like you gained over those 3 weeks. Maybe in that instance, I could see that working, but I don't see this as, for somebody who's actually trying to lose a significant amount of weight over a long, sustained period of time. I don't think this is your answer, and I don't think cleanses work that great for you or for what we're trying to do here on accomplishing our fat guy dream. So we'll see how this week goes. We're going to double down. I want to break through 250, but it'll be a grind. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's it. I really appreciate everybody for being here. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, hey, if you guys have made it this far, you know, not too long of an episode today, we're going to get you in probably under 15 minutes here. But hey, go check out our socials. TikTok, Twitter for me, @SteamMachine, Twitter for @SteamRoller, YouTube, Open Disaster Productions. Hell, we've even got it in the URL now. You go to youtube.com/@Open Disaster Productions. That's us over there on YouTube. Scott is over there on YouTube as well, either Winners and Whiners, or, you know, he used to be on Winners and Whiners. I guess he's not on anymore. He's kind of in administrative role. But he'd still probably appreciate if you guys subscribe to that channel. But yeah, just make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, we really appreciate you guys rating it, reviewing it. But yeah, we appreciate you guys for being here for the journey. Some weeks it's about consistency and still showing up. And this is one of these weeks. You know, we could have obviously skipped a week, but skipping a week, it snowballs, right? And then you skip another week, and then you're like, well, okay, let's record this week. And then, but you're like, well, but we don't need to record every week, you know, but it's better just to record every week. Let's stick with it. Again, we talked about grabbing a, what we described, what, 2 weeks ago or last week, where it was grab a fat fuck and have a meeting and talk about it. And that helps you stick to your words, stick to your promises. And being here is sticking to our words, sticking to our promises. And Scott is doing great. And as the person who's slacking behind, I'm glad I'm still here. I'm glad I'm still being held accountable. And I appreciate everybody for being here, listening to us, being here for me being accountable, and holding us accountable, and being here every week with you guys. And I appreciate you guys being here. That was a lot of words saying the same thing in a row. So I appreciate it. Of course, I've been Truman, the Steam Machine Steen. You can follow me on all the things. That's been Scott Steen. And hey, we appreciate the dreamers, the believers, and even the fat guys for being here. We will see you guys coming up next week. Scott will be back, and that'll be cool. But I appreciate you guys for sticking it out with me, kind of rambling, but 15 minutes of rambling.